Hello students, welcome back to Shubhkaamna Academy. Today we are going to explore an interesting part of Indian history, the medieval period of India. This period lies between the ancient times and the modern times and full of powerful kings, great empires, foreign inventions and cultural changes. Let's dive into this period and learn how India developed through its medieval journey. The medieval period in India's history began around the 8th century CE and continued until the 18th century. This period saw the rise and fall of many densities and kingdoms, both Indian and foreign. It was a time of great change in religion, society, art, architecture, and politics. New rulers came, trade increased, and different cultures mixed together. So ancient period, so the medieval period is between the modern period and ancient period. So medieval period is all about economy, politics, social, culture, and religion. So to understand this long period better, historians have divided it into two parts. Early medieval period, which is from 8th to 13th century CE, and the latter medieval period from 13th to 18th century CE. In the early period, Indian densities like Pala, Chola, Rashtrakuta, and Rajputs were powerful. In the later period, Muslim rulers like the Delhi Sultanate and the Mughals came into the power. Over time, the region we now call India was known by different names. Jambudvip, an ancient name used in old texts. Bharatvarsha, a name based on the legendary of King Bharat. Hindustan, a Persian word used during the Sultanate and Mughal times. India, a name that became popular during British rule and based on the Indus River. These changing names show how India was influenced by different culture and rulers over time, so that different names has been kept during the different time. The name of India kept changing based on the who ruled and how they reviewed the land. For example, foreign travelers used Hindustan to describe northern India. The British used the word India in their official documents and maps. But among Indians, Bharat and Bharatvarsha remained popular. This tells us how cultural, geography, and politics shape Indians' identity. To understand the medieval period, historians used many sources. These sources help us learn what life was like back then. There are mainly divided into two types: archaeological sources and the literary sources. Archaeological sources like these things which we cannot touch and see, things we can touch and see, like buildings, coins, and pottery. While the literary sources like things that were written, like books, travel, records, and the royal orders. So these are the sources of medieval period: archaeological sources and the literary sources. Archaeological sources includes monuments like forts, temples, and mosques, coins that show the names and the dates of rulers, inscriptions written on the stones and pillars, tombs and sculptures that show styles of art. This tells us about the religion, lifestyle, and architecture of the time. Literary sources include the court records and royal orders called the farmers, written by scholars, poets, and religious leaders, travel accounts of foreign travelers like Ibn Battuta and A.I. Biruni. This help us to understand laws, administration, and society during medieval times. Religion texts also given a lot of information. For example, Bhakti and Sufi poetry shows us about the spiritual life of people. Persian and Arabic texts written by court historians tell us about Muslim rulers. European travelers described Indian cities, trade, and culture in detail. So both Indian and foreign sources help us learn about the past. All these sources, archaeological and written, help historians build a picture of past. By comparing coins, monuments, texts, and they understand what kind of rulers existed, how people lived, what religions and art forms were popular. And these sources are like windows into the history. So everything is mentioned in these sources of medieval period. Just go through it point wise. In the early part of the medieval period, India was divided into small regions ruled by local kings. But slowly, some kingdoms became very powerful and expanded into empires. For example, the Delhi Sultanate controlled large parts of northern India. The Mughal Empire became one of the most and biggest and richest empires in the world. And this shift from local to large empires, which changed the Indian politics, economy, and culture. So we have been come towards the end of the video. So the medieval period was a time of great change in the Indian history. We saw the rise of new kingdoms, religions, languages, and art forms. It was also a time of foreign inventions and blending of cultures. By studying the sources from this period, we learn how India evolved into a diverse and united country. You can go through this from region to empire, how different kings were ruled. This is about the religious traditions. So thank you for watching this video with Shubhkamna Academy. Stay tuned for the more lessons that bring history to life. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.